Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to fill out IRS Form 8949, which is used to report the sale or exchange of capital assets. So this form is helpful because it lets a person list each transaction clearly, including things like stocks, investment property, or other capital assets, and then carry those totals over to the Schedule D. So in this walkthrough, the goal here is to show what goes where and how to complete the form step by step in a simple way. So start at the top of the form. First, enter the name and taxpayer identification number in the spaces provided. After that, look at Part 1 and Part 2. Part 1 is for short term transactions, which usually means assets held for 1 year or less. Part 2 is for long term transactions, which usually means assets held for more than 1 year. And before entering any sale, make sure it is going in the correct part of the form. Next, at the top of the section being used, check the box that matches how the transaction was reported. The form shows different choices depending on whether the sale was reported on the tax statement and whether the basis was reported. So once the correct box is checked, begin entering the transaction details on the lines below. So in column A, write the description of the property. So this is where the asset is identified. In column B, enter the date it was acquired. In column C, enter the date it was sold or disposed of. In column D, write the proceeds, which is usually the amount received from the sale. In column E, enter the cause or other basis. So this is usually the original amount paid for the assets with any needed adjustments if applicable. Then move to the adjustments area. If there is an adjustment that needs to be reported, enter the code in the code column and then the amount of the adjusted in the amount column. So after that, complete the final gain or loss column. This is figured by combining the proceeds, basis, any adjustments amount shown on that line. So continue the same process for each transaction. If there are more entries than the form allows on one page, use another form 8949 with the same category checked at the top. So once all entries are listed, go to the total line at the bottom of that section and add the amounts in the required columns. So those totals are then carried to Schedule D based on the instructions shown on the form. And if there are both short-term and long-term transactions, repeat the process in both parts. Page 1 is used for short-term items and page 2 is used for long-term items. The main thing here is just to make sure that each sale is listed in the right section and under the right reporting category so that the totals are very accurate. So that's the basic walkthrough for IRS Form 8949. It may look a little detailed at first, but once the transactions are placed in the correct section and each column is filled in carefully, the form becomes much easier to complete. So thank you so much for watching. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you on the next video.